looking sexy. And of course, this is a Marvel review. Keep it 99 reviews. Of course, right beside me, we got the one, the only Monray Hudson. Monray is Marvel. We back.
Yeah, it's been a few months. Seems like it's been longer, but it ain't gonna be nowhere near as long this way we finna have to November. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we here.
And of course, below me, we got the best on the mic in the
That's
Midwest.
me. I don't
Unico.
got the best fucking mic, but we out here. I might be the best on that mug, but I can't get on it today. So y'all gonna have to hear me like this. Y'all hear me loud and clear though out there?
Yeah.
Let's go then. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody mad but the devil and that other black guy.
Listen, you ain't got. I ripped my whole mic thing off, so now I'm having to use my old mic. So this is.
I mean, you good. The only one that's mad is the devil and the High Evolutionary.
We
Oh, that's what I meant by other black guy.
I know it. I know it. I got you, bro. I got you. I know it.
When are y'all going? Can I say something real quick, real quick, and then let's just go. I just want to say, what message is Disney giving out right now? Are they saying if y'all hand a black man a book, you see what happened? They go back in time and start messing up streams. They start creating universes and trying to make stuff perfect. You see what happens? That's what y'all gave him a book. See, that's
I
Disney
think you're reading too much into it, but it's okay.
listen. I don't care.
There's two black villains in a row.
All I know is these black villains are killing it. Matter of fact, Marvel heard the problems with Phase 1 through 3 and said Thanos was the only good villain almost besides Loki. And they said, "Don't worry, we're gonna give you back to back good villain." But too bad for most of them, they wasn't really. They was alright movies. For the first time in 2 years, I think this is the best Marvel movie in 2 years since No Way Home. Just going with it.
Now I ain't saying it was bad. They was bad actors and they was bad villains. I'm just saying it just feels like they
Oh
talking.
no! Hey, listen, let them High Evolutionary was a star in this movie. All I know is I hate this dude. Oh, he killing this room.
I definitely liked them pre-face. But anyway, yeah, where we starting at here? Where we pre sold on face, pre RoboCop, as Star-Lord would like to say.
I started. Hey, the best Marvel movie since No Way Home. Easily. And Shang-Chi, I love, by the way. I love Shang-Chi. But it's better than Shang-Chi. Best Marvel movie in 2 years. That's my opinion. We're going to go over the movie in a minute. I just want to get everybody else's opinion. Monray, how you feeling fresh out the movie, by the way? I had about 2 hours of break.
So fresh out this movie, like the acting was superb, especially from the High Evolutionary. The acting was superb and everything. But I would say this is easily the second best movie in Phase 4, like other than No Way Home. And No Way Home gets fan service. This might be first off, this might be Marvel's most emotional movie that they have done in all four phases. This might be the most emotional movie that they've done, like from beginning to end. Because I would be hard pressed to think that anybody didn't catch some feels during all of Rocket Raccoon's flashback. I'm sorry, I don't. Anybody that didn't catch at least a little bit of feeling from some of them flashbacks, I'm gonna call you a monster. That was good. Like it was a very, very good, very well done how they did Rocket Raccoon and everything. I'm a good fan of that. I I actually think this is easily a top 10 movie, and it might scratch like 6, 7. Like I don't know if I don't think it quite can crack top 5. I don't think it can do that. I have to think about it a little more, but 6, 7 ish, I can see that nice because this movie it gave you fan service. It gave you everything that the Guardians were that you would expect from the Guardians in every aspect, and it even ended. We'll go over more, but it even ended in a way that wasn't everybody got their happy ending. It even ended in that way where it's like, okay, you didn't even get all the happy sappy endings that you thought you would get. So that means Marvel didn't even go the route that most people thought. And then the movie was still very good. I tip my hat off to them. That just shows okay, Marvel's like, okay, we can still put out a damn good movie. Even though we got
is back. Get rid of Bob Chapek and everything is
good. I give them props. I give them props for this. It's very good. It was very good.
Yo, James
I think
Gunn.
easily best one in Phase. I think easily second best one in Phase 4, except for Spider-Man, because of all the fan service. And then out of the first 3 phases, it's better than a good chunk of those movies.
I think this is first movie. This is the first movie Phase 5, second. So this is phase
Second,
5.
because Quantumania was solid. It ain't beating this.
Yes,
I mean, it ain't beating this. Quantumania was solid. They ain't beating this.
By the way, James Gunn, heck of a way to go out of Marvel and going into DC.
Boy,
That's all I
boy,
got. You Nico, your
thoughts? Man, I mean, at this point, it's hard because folks ask me how you compare it to the first two Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't do that no more. This is the MCU, baby.
It's fine. I'll answer it for you. It's better than both of them. Now you can go ahead.
Thank you for that. And my thing is this is like I'm stacking MCU up against MCU because I'm not seeing there's no misses. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing any misses. Especially on the big screen, people can have whatever thoughts they want about She-Hulk. They can have whatever thoughts they want about Marvel. But at the end of the day, in WandaVision, all that stuff, all those things, like the MCU is becoming such a thing. Like I've not gone there and be like, boo, boo. Like this one, I did.
Certain parts of Love and Thunder there.
And I mean, and there's that. People have, but overall, you're not gonna be like, man, this movie was boo boo. This movie was just terrible. MCU is doing their thing, but they're keeping you coming back. Just like when they say at church, keep coming back. I'm gonna keep coming back to the MCU, and this movie here solidifies a whole different genre that I don't even really rock with. That's why I didn't watch the first two in the first place, is because I'm a street level guy. I like that on the streets. Let's do this. But you go out into space and you talking all this stuff. I wasn't into that. That's not the Marvel that I'm used to. But now I come into these things with an open mind. And I came into this one. Yes, the Rocket origin story, it was touching. I definitely enjoyed that part of it. But and then the characters are all so easy to rock with. Like there wasn't anybody like Nebula. She's supposed to be boring, but she was somehow very, very interesting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they do very well with writing their characters. This one, they brought it all together, and even with the ending, it kept me thinking more about the future. So,
yeah, might ready be back. So, but he's in. There you go. He's back. But yeah, this I'm gonna say something I felt during this movie because I know it's true. When the movie was going on, I really felt like this felt like kind of it felt like the ending of the swan song for the first 3 phases. It felt a lot like a swan song, Monday.
That's fair. That's fair.
It felt like a swan song. Like, okay, all your favorite characters, you're not gonna see anywhere near as much, and it's time for the new people to come in. Because I think this is the end of Drax and Nebula. Zoe Saldana says she ain't gonna show up that much anymore. And you got the new Guardians team as we saw at the end, with Adam Warlock and the dog that's gonna sell a lot. The dog gonna sell a lot. That dog gonna sell
like they said at the end of the credit scene, Star-Lord
will
come. So I don't expect to see the other Guardians except maybe like a cameo or
you gonna see the
Infinity War. I mean, not Infinity War. The Avengers movie. You may get a scene or something with them if they need it at that point. But other than that, I don't expect to see nobody else other than Star-Lord, especially because he's the only one.
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's the only one on Earth. He's the only one on Earth.
No, they said the two end credits was the two you're gonna see from now, which was the Guardians of the Galaxy team, the new one, and Star-Lord. Everybody else didn't see an end credit. They done forever from. By the way, I love Mantis. She is hilarious in this movie.
She was very funny. I enjoyed her a lot.
That's what I said. So you ain't gonna see her no more. She going on her journey. Zoe Saldana, they gave her and Drax and Nebula. They said it's over for them, basically.
I mean, I smell some cartoons, maybe some Disney Plus projects, maybe.
Well, that was something.
They said they done. They did their farewells today on Twitter. Bautista did farewell. Said thank you.
Oh yeah, but we knew Bautista wasn't coming back. He said.
Zoe Saldana gave her little farewells on something. I forget it was Instagram or Twitter.
And let you know that no, Star-Lord ain't getting his girl. Nope.
Yeah, and Nebula, she doing her farewell. Like I said, Peter Quill, Star-Lord didn't give his, and Rocket Raccoon, the dude who played him, and the dude that, and of course Groot, Vin Diesel didn't give his. So that's telling you where they're going. But moving.
This nigga got the easiest job in the world. He says, "I am Groot" and gets millions.
One day would be maybe on the road, but yeah. Overall, best movie in 2 years. Simple to me. It's just that from let's go over what the movie is about. The movie base is on Rocket Raccoon, and it's his story. You start off with he is going through walking slow. Rocket Raccoon is basically starting off through the movie. He's walking around playing this song that he got from basically like the little thing Peter Quill had. The Star Lord, he has this little thing that he's played. He walk around, he looking at everybody, he's playing this sad song. He's still that little loner guy he always been. He walks in the room. Peter Star Lord is all sad and drunk from Gamora. They had this little meet. He like, I told you not to touch this. And then he like, you've been drinking again. Then he passes out. They take him to this room. Rocket's still playing the sad music. Boom, Adam Warlock came in. By the way, that beat selection is amazing. So they had the beat selection when he came through the sky, attack Rocket Raccoon, boom, injures him. They fight him off. Nebula stabs him in the back. He flies off. All of a sudden, the whole journey starts because that's how the movie is. It's based on this. Now they have to find a way to save their friend Rocket, who's not going by Raccoon right now. He's going off Rocket. And that's how the journey starts, and they have to go find the High Evolutionary, and they got to go through this planet and go through all these steps in order to save their friend who has a device that if they try to save him will blow up and it'll end his life. So they have to find a way to save him. And that's the movie. And that Rocket Raccoon story was incredible.
It was amazing. It had an otter, a walrus in a wheelchair, and a rabbit that's just going through a lot, but doesn't recognize that they're going through a lot.
Like, it was some. I'm sorry, the Lila scene got me. I am proud enough to admit that scene got me. Like, I knew something was coming. We knew it, but the build up, the moment, they got me. They got me. I ain't talking about the one where they was, in all white. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the moment where they escaped. It got me. Like, she got me. I was like, but that hurt.
Shout out to the voice actor. She was so excited. We did it, Rocket. You're the smart. He like, me and my friends gonna get on the rocket ship. We're gonna venture through the world.
Was this? Hold on. First of all, in that scene, did this nigga use a real Earth gun with a bang? Because everything they use, that folks
yeah, he used the gun, but he said he takes a lot of inspiration from Earth.
Yeah,
that's his
thing.
Yeah, his whole music, art, everything, weapons. When we went to Counter Earth, they're really humans. It's like he created humans, and then they did all human things. You're like, how do I perfect it though? High Evolution, the whole thing was making a perfect world, even though he was imperfect. And shout out to Rocket. Rocket was highly into. He fixed his.
I did not realize how smart he was.
Well, he did kind of fix all their problems when they was in trouble, including Thor's and everybody else's problems.
It's true, like my boy is a genius. He came through a lot. It's just
he went back to that cage and meant business. He said, "Hey man, hold on, we got some shit we got to do."
Like they made you have emotional connection to a lot of stuff in the movie that I'm just like in shock. Like I'm like, bro, like the fact that we sitting here watching a giant raccoon collect a whole bunch of little raccoons, and we actually having feelings on this, and nobody's complaining. But that shit is amazing. Like the fact that we sitting there watching him collect all these raccoons, we just like,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? Like,
shout out to my boy Rocket.
I am off the spaceship at the end. It's like, yeah, this is the Guardians. This makes perfect. This is the Guardians. This is the Guardians movie. Yes, and it's just like, yeah, I get it. Now the other thing. Oh, go ahead first.
I'm finna say, they did themes throughout the movie that made it that fit and didn't make everybody else over the story they were trying to tell. Which is the one thing I probably had a problem with some Marvel movies. Listen, everybody gonna get their shine, but it's in their own way, and it's gonna be small. For instance, Peter, his sister was like, "Listen, Peter, you need to stop running from your problems and keep like everybody down around me. You have people that love you, and you keep leaving. You have a father. You need to work on that. My problem is I just do what everybody want, which is Mantis. Drax, you are a father. That's the whole reason he became a destroyer. They rectified that.
He got me with his scene too. She was like, "Why did you never tell me? You can talk to him. You never asked." And she was like, "No, you meant to be a father." I'm like, God.
Yes, like everybody had Groot. We saw him grow and become Alpha Groot and Kaiju Groot.
Chad Groot.
Boulder Groot by the end of this BS. I'm like, what the heck, bro?
And then Gamora became more human through the episode and through the movie.
Yeah, and it saw the sadness at the end. It's like, she really ain't gonna get with this dude. Nah, she not. She ain't the same one. And they stuck to that. They ain't falling and be like, okay, go on, kiss at the end. No, she's not the same one. and she never will be. We got no choice but to accept it, well, at least up until the next Star Lord movie. But most likely, that's how it's gonna be.
So it said, Joe said I probably ain't gonna do no more. So
No, I said Zoe. I mean, well, she can say that, but I mean, and I respect Zoe Saldana. I'm not saying anything.
well, not soon, but
She can say that.
my
But we
ear,
know that money might change some minds. Well, maybe maybe a couple more scenes might not be a bad idea for a few.
All right, she'll catch herself on HBO Max miniseries like doggone.
Like, maybe a couple
like
million,
Scarlet,
maybe a couple
like
of
Scarlet
things
Witch.
might not be too bad of an idea.
She still got her Disney.
But I mean, the only other reason why I say that they're gonna do probably a little more than Star Lord, because I mean they gotta have some reason why Adam Warlock would leave the Guardians homeland and come there. Because I mean Adam Warlock is here, so they gotta obviously have some way to pull him off of there and be useful. So
he's gonna be in the new Guardians. He's gonna be
no, new Guardians or nothing like that. But he probably will be in it.
Yeah, he's in it. Now they can. That's what the second.
Oh yeah, he's in the Guard. I forgot about that part. Yeah,
Rocket the leader now. They're like, tell me, Captain.
Yeah, he's there. Ain't no telling when we'll see Guardian 4. Like that'll be.
I'm still not feeling that cast as far as marketing goes. That Galaxy team. I'm just.
They're probably not gonna mark. I don't think it's gonna be like.
It's gonna be Groot, the dog, and Rocket until
it's gonna be like New Guardians. That'll probably be the movie, but they're not gonna do it like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. That's not how they're gonna do New Guardians.
That dog
gonna
sell, dog. That dog is gonna. I see it on Twitter. That dog gonna sell.
I mean, New Guardians is not gonna be like a whole thing like the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not how they're gonna do them. Most likely, they'll probably be like, okay, we're gonna have their movie, but we're not gonna try to shove them like the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's not how we're gonna do this.
Is Disney XD still a thing? Is Disney XD still a thing?
Of course.
Oh, I mean, I could see that cartoon.
No, they're gonna do a whole movie. They're not
gonna sell New Guardians like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I can see them taking a lot of elements from the Guardian of the Galaxy universe, in a sense, if you will, and having little cartoons and stuff like that. Like you have just Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, stuff like that. You can do a whole bunch of cool stuff like that. I just don't see a big screen. I don't see a big screen, fellas.
They'll be in the big screen. Now they might have. I don't know if they'll have their own movie necessarily, but there will be.
Probably will get his own movie.
It'll be like some combination movie with somebody else or some part of something. Like it'll be something like that. It's not gonna be no whole 3-part series. New Guardians.
A pull up.
It's not gonna be like
a pull up. Maybe
at the end. They might have a pull up where they join in with something like that, or they may
have Christmas specials. 100%.
They may have like one movie or something like that. It'd be like New Guardians, where something like that, or maybe like an hour long special with the New Guardians. You get all that.
Yeah, I can see it being a comedy. I can see it be like some sort of funny thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they did an hour-long special for Christmas. They might do like an hour-long special with New Guardians, something like that, maybe. And then that'd be some connection to get them to Earth. Or they might just do it through Star-Lord's movie. Like, post-credit scene, Star-Lord has some reason to call them back. Because, I mean, there's no timetable for Star-Lord's movie anyway. It'll most likely be after the Avengers Part 1 and 2, most likely. So, since there's no timetable or nothing.
Spider-Man already confirmed for after.
No, I'm saying, like, all these movies are like, you got Thor 4, which I'm pretty sure that's a ways away, especially because
I thought you were going to get for a while. My man, he takes some time
away. So Thor 4 is one, Doctor Strange 3 is one, Star-Lord's movie is another one. Like a majority, all these movies are most likely going to be after the Avengers 1 and 2 anyway. So I'm not looking forward to them. I mean, Black Panther 3, that's going to be another one that's going to be far off along, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a while before you see these movies. So it's not like they won't have time to theory craft, brainstorm, see how they're going to put them all out there and stuff like that.
But some things I've seen people, by the way, in-depth conversation going to be more tomorrow when I look up more information on, because I still want to know who that little girl is. So we're going to do that tomorrow. Like, that little girl has cyan hands, bro. I'm like, who is this?
She do. That she does. Like, they decided to pull one of them new kids out. I'm like, all right, one of y'all little kids, y'all finna come over.
I'm like, which one are you? I have never heard. What is your character? I can think of some name, but I'm gonna look it up. But
I mean, like, we got Thor running around with a kid too. So,
boy, these kids though,
the young Avengers go crazy.
Boy, these kids something else, bro.
Yeah, Avengers go crazy. But one thing I did, one complaint I did have about the movie, some scenes you could tell was cut because it was so obvious when somebody was doing something. Even this is just me doing videography from time, just seeing a person just doing something, and then this scene cut to something else while they was in the middle of doing something. I'm like, oh, that was odd. But most people won't pay attention to it. It bothered me a little bit at the time. One time Drax was like in the middle of picking up something, and then it cut to another scene. I'm like, well, so we just gonna stop in the middle of him doing something? We don't. But other than that, I had no problem with the film.
Yeah, I can't really think I had I'm trying to think if I have like any real problem with the movie. I can't really think of a major problem that I really had with it. I can't really come. The plot was fine, you know.
Some of the complaints I'm gonna go over. Some people said Gamora was too mean, and that's not normal. I'm like, bro, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Nebula straight up told us she was way meaner than she was.
Forget all that, bro. All I gotta do, bro, go watch Endgame, and you'll see this is not that Gamora. This is not the one that grew over the course
That's
of 2
pre
movies.
that. That's
Fell in love
pre.
and all that. This ain't that Gamora.
Yes, this is pre that. She was,
and they was literally putting that all throughout the movie. This is not that. Matter of fact, the time when she slammed Peter Quinn up into that console, bro, I ain't gonna lie, they had me. I was like, let's go. Like, she's serious. Like, this ain't gonna be no sentimental BS. I'm not that Gamora. Get that through your head. I'm like,
man, but Peter read her from A to Z in that elevator though. My girlfriend who died came back and now she's a dick.
Yep. I'm like,
I'm
like, he's like,
shout to Nebula. Shout to Nebula.
Missing some crucial pieces, but yeah, that's about right.
That's what I enjoyed. That's one thing I can say I really enjoyed about the movie compared to like probably quite a few movies in like Phase 4 and beginning of 5 is that the humor was natural. Like it actually, like the humor made sense. It wasn't forced. Like, you know, they added humor, yeah, but the humor, it flowed. It wasn't out of place joke, something like that. Like, no, this fits that character. This fits that character. Freaking Mantis snapping out on Nebula and still putting down Drax. You think I'm stupid? Well, yeah. Forget. Like, all like that made sense. Like, yeah, just go ahead and be done with it. Like, Nebula couldn't even say nothing. Like, yeah, just make them forget.
Star-Lord was Star-Lord.
Like, the humor made sense because, like, you know, in Thor they forced some humor. Ant-Man, the humor seems sort of out of place.
Don't be a
Ant-Man didn't really have much humor.
They had that horrible scene when they made Poe Kane say, "Don't be a dick."
Like Ant-Man was just like, you know, family oriented, you know, him and his daughter, all that kind of stuff. So Ant-Man was that. I mean, you can go back to some of the earlier movies, maybe like even Phase 4, like just, you know, Shang-Chi, the movie was good. The humor was like, Black Widow ain't even gonna talk about that. Like, you know, Doctor Strange didn't really, like, it had some humor, but it wasn't that humorous of a movie.
I'm still mad Juan hair was changing from scene to scene.
Right, so, you know, like other movies, like, you know, they still like trying to force it.
Y'all trying? These are reshoots. I can clearly tell that Juan's hair is completely different than y'all didn't even try to hide it, that his hair was different. But I tell you, they was in the cafeteria talking about Spider-Man. He had this curly hair. They walked outside, his hair was back short. And I said, what? What?
So I'm just like, to me, like, the humor worked. And I'm happy the humor worked. Like, you know, we can go to Black Panther. It was solid. You know, the humor is what it was more, tried to be more emotional because of everything that happened to the original Black Panther. You know, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. So this movie was the first movie in a while that the humor flowed. And it wasn't, it felt natural to a lot of times. It felt natural to the characters for the majority of it. Like, this makes sense that Drax would do this. You know, come on, Mantis, get on the bike. All right, we're going to go back over there. We'll go right back over there. Drax! Like, it was like, it made sense for every character, the stuff that they were doing. It's like, yeah, Drax, no, I got a bad feeling. Drax, come on now, bro. Like, so it made sense. It flowed. I don't really have a problem with the movie at all. Like I said, I can give it such high ratings because the movie was good. It was just a good movie.
I would have had a problem had I knew, because going into this, we knew that this was about to be the swan song or whatever, if you will, for the Guardians as a collective, as you see them at this time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, Peter Quill go out like this, going back to get this and freeze in space, I'm gonna be shitty. But now this is the wild part. They really, Adam Warlock, that's something to have on your side. And it did. I mean, I bet people wanted it to go more serious, wanted him to be more serious in this situation. If you're a comic purist, but
I don't think he was even comedy. I think he just I think they explained it. He just came out of the shell. Like he, baby.
Even in comic books, this is how he is. Like he was basically born
he's a baby right now.
When it comes to interactions and all that, he was learning all that from scratch. So this fits his character. This is pretty much how he is. So,
but which is fine to me, but I mean, you gotta look at the weapon that they got on their side now.
Yeah,
that's gonna be That's an issue. That's an issue. That dude is OP.
Like he is a monster. Like Adam Warlock is a whole threat. This is very true. So it makes sense. Everything works. Like I said, I gave props up to the villain acting. The High Evolutionary made me hate him with such a passion. Like even to the point where the rebellion on the bridge of the ship, even that made sense because the freaking assistant looking the whole time like, what are you doing? Like you made me sure, but even I'm not this stupid. Like you literally are obsessed. And then when she just went quiet.
She put
and then he just snapped like, let's go. Just wipe him. I just snap. Like
yo, the whole team pulled a gun on the ball.
The actor worked. That actor worked.
They're like, you obsessed. Nobody's getting off this ship until I get him. Everybody said. Everybody like, no, we gotta get rid of you, dog.
It fit. Because the people on that ship, they're not actually bad people.
They want to live. I mean, you want to live. Like, we ain't got time for this. At a certain point, it's like, bro, like, blowing up. You know, we're being invaded, and you still on this raccoon, bro. We trying to live. What are you doing? And he's just like, no, it's screwed. I'm just wiping all y'all out. Like he even got cut though. Where he was like, okay, I got my rocket raccoon. I'm just gonna have to start over like I normally do, and then just the planet start blowing up, bro. Like this one. Like this how we do
that hit, but you saw that lady that helped him. I don't know if y'all noticed.
Yeah, man, I noticed that.
Over there, right in front of Gamora too. I was like, oh
my God. They helped him too, and she blew up right in front of Gamora. Like, they put that in there because she was like, I'm like, they got rid of the lady that
gave the car. I'm like, they ain't playing. Like I said, the movie was this is probably their. I off of freshness, I'm gonna say the most emotional one they've had. To the point where it makes you feel the feels, not like just
movie emotional.
One that makes you feel the feels, other than maybe like Black Panther 2, and even
that's off real life. That's not off.
That's more off like just fictional emotion. Yeah. Like this probably their most emotional movie. It just off of rawness from me coming off. I think about it overnight, but I think this is like their most emotional movie.
Black Panther was clearly off. We knew
it hit everything, like their background, their knowledge, all that kind of stuff. Just every character had like serious moments, emotional moments. Almost Drax being called a father, Mantis, rolling up to 3 giant octopus monsters and calming down. That's just
how dumb are you? Let me put you in the pit with some people that eat batteries.
He ain't really think about it. Like the High Evolutionary just like put them in the pit and be done with. Like at that point, you could already see that he was literally starting to. Go insane over just trying to get Rocket. Like you saw it at that point. She even said, like, you were losing our bargaining chip. Put him in there. I'm done with it. You saw it at that point. He was starting to go crazy. So I mean, it worked. They had one, Gamora and Nebula going at it at times.
Shout to Derpy.
Like Gamora snapping and then realizing, like, you a really good pet. Everything with Rocket. Rocket's constant. Like whoever did the movie is like James Gunn did wonderful because even Rocket's constant. Flashbacks kept you in your feelings the entire time, like just constant flashbacks, constantly seeing this stuff in his memories, kept you in your feelings throughout the entire movie. And everything else was happening. Like every time you start to get a little lackadaisical, start to relax, flashback, they in the cages, start to relax, flashback, he advanced the animals, incinerated them, crap, all right, rest a little bit more, flashback, go back, you see they finna kill all his friends, and crap, flashback, go back, Lila, still hurts. Flashback, like
they did nice too. It wasn't all bad either. He showed happy memories too of being with Lila. Like, we friends. Man. When Lila put that little thing on his head and rubbed it. Like it's okay.
Yeah, that did hurt. When there was like Rocket's first word was like it hurt. I was like,
that was so sad. The little boy
hurt. Oh no.
Because for y'all seen the movie, he had that little cut on his head that he detached him and he was bleeding. It hurt. And I was like, I'm so sad. I hate you.
Yeah, I think the animal cruelty kind of sealed the deal for me hating this nigga at this point.
And all he said was, it hurts. I'm like, okay, who wrote this line?
That's your first word. It hurts. God. And I ain't gonna lie, the first time I saw Floor, like I ain't gonna lie, that threw me for a loop. I don't imagine a rabbit with spider legs and a metal muzzle over his mouth. That's not what I'm thinking in my head. I ain't gonna lie. If like DC finna have they run for the next 6 months to the next Marvel movie, unless a show come out with it. But just in the movie theaters, DC finna have, I think it's Blue Beetle And then it's
We
Flash.
hit till November with Marvels, y'all. That's
what
it.
I said. Like, so DC finna have their run for the next 6 months. That's fine. They finna have the Flash movie, which I can't even lie, I'm intrigued because
Very much so.
these trailers look good.
Yes.
Trailers look good. So I can't even lie. The trailers look good for the movie. I mean,
Yo,
it's shocking me how good Flash looks.
One of the
So they finna have
writers
Flash
said,
and I think Blue Beetle also this year. So they finna have they shot.
Flash is in when June, July.
Flash is in June. So and I can't remember when Blue Beetle. So they finna have they shot. So if they have any hope at trying to catch Marvel, this is gonna be it. Because right now, boy, that movie, that Guardians film. Oh boy, that Guardians movie finna get them. It's finna get folks. Cause that emotion, like Marvin, like, oh yeah, y'all finna look at Flashpoint and the emotion of Flash and his mom and all that. Come look at this raccoon though, and they got it. It's finna be like, bro.
By the way, shout out to the Flash show before we get off.
Marvin finna kill this month, boy. This month, this movie finna kill this month, boy.
Hey, listen, Flash. If y'all watch the Flash show, it completely went from the first episode and the final episode. And I'm like, season 9, the finale, it literally showed the whole thing from the first episode when his mom passed. And it's like, oh, full circle. And then they even showed him stopping the other Flash from season 4 from saving his mom. And I'm like, oh, that was a way to end it. Even though half of the seasons in between was trash, but that's a dope way to end it. Because I like that show the first few seasons. Also, yeah, like we said, Marvel Mondays be here because we got a lot more to talk about. Be here for Make It Make Sense tomorrow. We're going to give more in-depth. It's a Marvel weekend, so just be ready for it. They killed this. Monday, we're going to talk about what's next, because we know we got Secret Invasion coming up in June or July. We got Fast 10. We got The Little Mermaid coming. A bunch of reviews coming, so be ready.
Yeah, boy, I'm pretty sure we all saw them same trailers of every movie. He just like we saw trailers,
and they all like in May and June. I'm like, okay, so
yeah. So Marvel's finna go ahead and rake it in first because they came out first. So Marvel's finna rake it in for this next week or so.
What's next for 26?
Got to Rise of the Beast. We're going to see that. Period.
The next movie is Mermaid, ain't it? May 26th.
I don't remember the actual date of the Mermaid.
Yes, May 26th is the Mermaid.
You mentioned Rise of the Beast. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that I found out today that Unicron is the enemy makes me so afraid for that movie. Like that movie.
You see Unicron?
Bro, Unicron is like the ultimate enemy of the Transformers.
Yeah,
that movie can be like, very good or very bad.
This feels like a reboot for this franchise for Transformers. It feels different.
Oh, this ain't no reboot. Oh no. Unicron is not a reboot. Unicron is the end. There is no other enemy other than Unicron. That's the end.
Oh, you think this is the swan song for the Transformers as we know it?
They're gonna reboot it after this. They're gonna reboot it entirely. It's gonna be a brand new Optimus Prime and everything. Because Unicron is there is no other enemy past Unicron.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
He's the
planet eater. That is it. There is no other enemy in the Transformers universe past Unicron. So if they do this, like they gonna have to go back in time, for the next Transformers movie. That's the only other route you can go.
Or be done with it. I didn't see Tyrese in the preview, so
we'll see.
I'm going. Now, I'm just saying I'm going to see it.
Now that is a good debate whether Jonathan Majors or Chukwudi it had a better acting performance.
I'm still riding with Jonathan Majors with Kane. I'm still
I gotta remember Jonathan Majors had like a bunch of different Kanes he gotta play.
I mean, but I'm only gonna judge him off of just the one movie. I'm only judging him off the one movie.
I'm judging him off of Loki. That performance alone.
Loki. I'm talking about the first Loki. He's talking about the first one. He Who Remains.
I mean, he was there too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as a whole, Jonathan Majors playing Kang in both iterations was really, really good.
Oh boy, was by the way, I want old boy to be a version of Kang at the end of the movie,
that was some good acting.
That boy,
he even had passion in all of his like louder moments and everything when he was getting expelling his feelings about something. It was serious. He sold me. I'm like, bro, this man is selling me on the fact that he wants this raccoon, bro. Like, he's selling me. I'm like, bro, this man really wants this raccoon, bro. Like, he made you hate him. The fact that I'm looking at him and his face is scratched off. I'm like, this man got me. This man really got me. I don't know which one is better. That's actually a good point. I don't know which one I think is.
I created you.
Christian Bale should have got more time.
I created you. You actually thought you were worth anything more? Was that why me? What do you mean? I'm like, this month.
Well, I don't think Marvel. You see, let your villains act. if you let Christian Bale act as Gore more in that movie than 30 minutes, I promise you, we didn't need all them jokes, Marvel. Just
No,
like the man
that
rock.
movie you needed the extra 30 to 40 minutes to be fair. Like there was no way they were fitting all that right in 2 hours. They needed.
I needed them to take away some of that. I'm finna do a split and kick 2 cars away and give me some more Gore.
We're at 30.
I'm still in the mindset.
We're at
30 to 40 minutes.
We're at like 35 minutes right now, and all I got to say is I'm happy that Tori is not here for this part of the conversation because this would end up being a 2-hour show when you bring up Gore.
Best movie in 2 years. Gore is amazing.
That nigga loves Gore. And if you said 30 minutes, you would have at least 30 more minutes. So I'm here for it. And I'm actually in agreement with you all on that for sure.
James Gunn. If you want to start your way, by the way, after hearing what Zack Snyder had, they made the right decision. I heard the rumors that Zack Snyder came out and released what he was gonna do, and I'm like, okay,
I agree.
James Gunn is right. Y'all did right. Get him out of here. By the
way, when it was going through like the beginning with the names on there, Kevin Feige couldn't wait to put his name first. Right after.
So I don't know. I hadn't seen that release yet, but just Marvel done did it. This is their best movie, and this is the best movie easily since. This is the best movie. Second best movie since the.
Even though we like Doctor Strange, though.
This is the second best movie since Infinity War Part 1 and 2. The only one that's been better than the last few years is Spider-Man, and that's because Spider-Man is straight fan service.
Oh yeah, Monte. This is what the thing everybody mad about. Zack Snyder said he's gonna make have Kryptonia was Wonder Woman.
Okay, yeah.
Are we rebooting Wonder Woman?
We're gonna let that rest where it is. We gonna let that rest where it is because I'm still not feeling the Supergirl in.
We can do this for DC Tuesdays.
I'm not even feeling the Supergirl still, so we just gonna let that stay where it is.
Zack Snyder's so hit and miss. He's so hit and miss.
That's all I got though.
That's all I got too. Hey, best movie in 2 years. We'll talk about a little more in depth tomorrow. Then Marvel Monday. We're gonna talk about where they go from here. So Marvel all weekend. Be back each day. Actually, make sense will be on this channel because again, they didn't fire James Gunn. He got hired. Kevin Feige said he would never hold him back to try to make sure he couldn't do that. He got hired by WB.
Yeah, because James Gunn was only on board to finish out his Marvel. Yeah,
he only was contracted for 3 films, and then he got hired, and he like, I'm not finna hold him back. And then even Kevin Feige was like, I'm rooting for James Gunn to succeed because Kevin Feige is 100%
for his first 3 movies, and then after that, he was basically a free agent for directing purposes.
And anybody that's saying that this was Endgame caliber movie, stop! Don't do that.
I mean, I have mixed feelings for Endgame because the only thing that's good on Endgame is the fight. Everything before then is basically forgettable. So.
They didn't fire him. His contract went out, and then he just decided not to. They didn't need
not to re-up it.
Yeah, so it's not like a fire. DC, he got a way better. You either be a producer and writer, or you be or you Kevin Feige of DC. Which one you gonna choose? I'm just gonna be like, I want to work?
If he gets turned around, he gonna get all the credit for it. So
yeah, so I'm saying
they're playing though, little boy.
They did. Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Did you talk about when they got rid of him the first time and wasn't gonna bring him back, but then Kevin Feige convinced?
Oh, you probably talking about like during that mess where like they fired him, but then they brought him back because of the.
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. But they did fire him before. So if you're talking about that, I do apologize because they did fire him before. But Kevin Feige said, "I got to get my boy back." He even said in the interview, he said Kevin Feige was the one that tried to get me back.
I mean, Kevin Feige did. Bautista flat out said, "I'm not doing it if y'all not putting him back in there." Like it was outcry.
Bob Chapek is horrible. every Marvel, that's all you gotta know. Bob Iger is back. It looks like Marvel is in a good place. So I do appreciate y'all.
It looks like DC is heading in the right direction.
But we gotta see it first.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna say about that. When that movie come out, we'll see what direction it goes. Matter of fact, this movie is the swan song of the old DC. The new DC ain't even started yet. New DC ain't gonna be out here until Superman comes out in 3 years. So they ain't even here yet. This is the swan song of the old DC. So either way, what we're gonna do for Marvel, everybody pray for the next 6 months because the social media buzz that's gonna be around the Marvels, it's already ugly. If you on social media, boys, you looking at it's already ugly. So please believe it's gonna get real ugly when that movie comes out. It's either gonna be good ugly, that the movie do good and people gonna hate for no reason, or it's gonna be bad.
They hate that woman, Brie Larson.
Like they already starting on the movie. Like
They hate that woman.
Go
They
look at
saw
some of
her
these
in
social
Fast
media
10,
boards,
Joe.
bro.
They saw her in Fast 10 trailer day.
Just go look. Go look at some of these social media boards surrounding that movie.
Monte,
They
they saw
already
Brie.
started.
They saw Brie Larson in Fast 10 today for the first time in that trailer. They went
Oh
off.
yeah,
They do not like her at all, bro.
it's already starting, bro. I'm telling you, that movie. They finna
hate-
try to put that movie through the fire. So
I'm
I'm
still
praying
trying
that
to figure
movie
out what
pulls
that woman
through
did to
good
people.
because them haters already finna be out there.
Monte, I'm still trying to figure out what she did to them people. Bro, I watched the quarter and got at least 100 videos on Brie Larson since 2018.
I ain't in it.
But Joe, Unico, what can they find you?
UnicoWilliams.com. It's Baller Friday, so y'all know the deal, man. Buy all the ladies drinks. Get on Madden, get on Call of Duty, whatever you do, and just have a good time, play online. And then also catch me all weekend with the boys, man. We hanging out, we having a good time, man. But make sure you go to UnicoWilliams.com. That's where you can find me. But definitely go to Unico Williams on YouTube. That's where a lot of my lives will be. Twitch, all that stuff. You know where I'm at. Let's go.
Murray, tell them what they can do. You see it right beside you.
Oh, you already know. Buy the merch.
You know it.
Otherwise, it's Monray Hudson. Everywhere it says Monray Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We out here. Come see the show tomorrow. Same page, different pages. You know, come see what we got to say. We'll break it down to some more stuff fun. We'll make it make sense tomorrow. Otherwise, yeah.
Spider-Man in the multiverse.
That's coming out.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, wait. I'm anywhere over on 99 Media. You see it? I'll be there. GTC Mafia. Show's coming soon. We're gonna get some stuff set up.
Everybody knows who we are, though. Right?
Y'all should know who we are. We growing. I see y'all see them numbers going up. Y'all can't say where y'all growing at. But maybe you don't. Y'all might be Marvel fans, but soon you will. But until then, it's
who are these niggas?